Welcome to the Panic Button. I'm Nina.
I'm Jessie.
And today we're reacting to, this is part 2 of the Jubilee debate with Blossom.
Spirited person.
So if you're a free spirit, then why are you conducing yourself to these laws of nature that
Because I feel like it's
created?
Like I said, I'm not religious, but if I was, this shit, like, it's low-key demonic to me, honestly.
How is it demonic?
Like,
Somebody will say that your expression is
Baal,
demonic.
I don't know if you know about Baal, like the deity in the Bible type shit, like he's a transgender deity, all that, like even in the Bible, like, and when I say free spirited, I think there's truth in all religions, and not to make it like a religious debate, whatever, but like I think there's truth in all religions, and I think it's worth looking at and worth talking about. Sometimes it feels like I'm living in this fucking psyop where it's like the government wants to see how far they can go with the people living inside America. And like when it comes to transgender people, I feel like it's like when you give people so much freedom, this is what happens. Like our country is just in a fucked up state right now. Yeah. And there's a lot of...
And trans people are suffering the most, so let's be very clear.
No,
our rights are being taken away at such alarming rates.
What rights are taken away?
Our rights to gender affirming care. Our rights to just basic...
Whoa. First of all, no, your rights aren't being taken away. The laws that are being put into place or the bills that are being put in front of the right people, those are against children transitioning. Your rights are fine. So this whole nonsense about your rights being taken away is just total bullshit.
If anything, you've gotten more rights, but your actions are causing you to lose them.
Yeah. And trans people are not suffering the most out of everyone in America. It's always this all or nothing with Blossom. It's always you're the most important person in the world or you're the worst off person in the world. There's worse off people than you in this world that might not even be your color.
I think the worst off people in America are probably the homeless people or the people without housing.
I'm just going to say the poor people.
Yeah, but the people who especially don't have a fucking home. You ever thought about that, you selfish motherfucker?
I don't think Blossom has, no.
Yeah, me either.
to just basically exist in this country.
Like as an adult? Like when you're 18, it gets taken away from you?
Trans people, trans youth are having to fight for their rights when they're nothing more than kids.
Exactly, they're nothing more than kids.
They should be children. They should not be at the government level trying to fight for their basic rights just to exist. Okay. And you're part of...
Hold on, yes, they're children, which means they cannot consent to things. They shouldn't be doing anything at the government level trying to get their rights because children don't have those kind of rights because they can't consent. That's why you don't see people adults marrying children because they can't consent. There's no such thing as trans youth. There's no such thing as gay youth.
We've talked about this.
There's gay adults, trans adults, and people who might end up gay who are kids, or people who might end up trans who are kids. But when you say trans kids, you're solidifying their identity, and they don't know who they are yet.
Not at all. And we've talked about this 100%. There are kids who will become trans, but that doesn't make them trans kids.
Right.
There are kids that will become gay, but that doesn't make them kids. When you really
doesn't make them gay.
Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad. But it's when you're like 16 and 17 that you really start acknowledging these are the feelings I have. Mm-hmm. And that's why I don't feel like 18 is inappropriate, because you would have had these feelings for 2 years, discussed them with a counselor, and then maybe considered approaching radicalization.
Yeah, I always say it like this. If you can sign up for the army and be killed in another country, possibly, at 18, you can smoke cigarettes, you can drink, and you can transition.
Yeah.
The party, your party in particular, is the root cause of the problem, to be quite honest with you.
What problem?
At least with Kamala Harris, she's willing to move the needle forward. At least.
This is what Blossom is doing. You're the problem. Mm-hmm. You're the problem.
Well, and he keeps asking questions, and Blossom keeps ignoring them.
At least with Kamala Harris, she knows there's work to do. At least with Kamala Harris, she helped pass legislation for trans people who are in prison to be able to get gender-affirming care, which is super...
Yeah, and you know who's getting that gender-affirming care in prison? Not biological women, biological men. And these men... majority of men who are in prison are in there for violent crimes.
Offenses.
Women aren't in there, majority, for violent crimes. So now you're getting these men who have done some really abhorrent things, murdered, assaulted. They're getting sex change operations or just self-IDing, and they're able to go into a woman's prison where they can rape them. So you're allowing predators and violent men to go into the chicken coop as a wolf.
Yeah.
They have all their victims at their disposal.
Ready to go.
I'm not feeling bad for any fucking man in a prison who wants to transition. You don't get to transition if you're in prison. I don't think so.
You
No.
lost your right to vote.
No, because you know who pays for that? Us.
Can you get a boob job when you're in prison?
No.
Then why can you get any other types of
Oh,
surgery
I'm sorry.
that are elective?
Yes, you can actually. I'm sorry. You can. You
Well, then-
can.
well, then I
there
can't
was
say
this
much.
one serial killer that got boobs while he was in prison, but they didn't move him over to a female wing.
Okay. Well, that's different. I meant like as a woman, can you get breast implants in prison?
No, I don't think so. But you can if you're a man who
Hypocritical.
thinks he's trans, and taxpayers have to pay for that. Which, what a way to waste money, Kamala, but throwing it to evil men, violent men, so they could feel better about themselves. Don't you think poor people need help? Shouldn't we be throwing money towards them? Throw it their way? Why are we throwing it to people who don't deserve it?
Because that's what they want to hear.
That's like making sure that the violent inmates have all this very healthy free food, but children in elementary school, high school, and middle school have to eat.
Yeah.
It's like you're putting your energy into the wrong things and expecting people to be cool with it. And I'm not cool with it.
That's the liberal party these days.
Super important. My side of the aisle has done that work. What has y'all side done?
Kamala Harris is a freaking joke, first of all. She's like an alcoholic.
Jalen, I want to just pause because we've got 2 minutes.
Okay.
Between the two of you, I'm hearing the topic of minors come up and access to gender affirming care at that level. Maybe we should hear what's a compromise or what's something you think your side needs to have regarding minors and gender affirming care.
I think children should be out of the conversation completely until they turned 18, 21, whatever. It goes into identity politics. We're always telling people about their sexuality, their religion, their gender identity. And I feel like LGBTQ, the T don't even need to belong there because it's about sexualities and not gender identities. Anyways, though, when you are constantly living in a state of identity politics, I think it causes more division than it causes unity. And I feel like you guys honestly offend yourselves because you hear another person explain their opinion and get...
I think the Republicans should have just come back with a, because then it would have been really funny.
Ooh, he's like
then-
you offend yourselves.
Yeah.
By
'cause-
speaking.
But like,
Oh, that was a good one on his part.
but
I like that.
the Republicans should be over there going, because that
Nah,
would, that would
they
totally
won't. They
sauce
won't.
it.
They won't stoop that low.
Totally sauce 'em.
They won't stoop that low anymore.
their opinion and get so angry about it.
No,
but
you're taking it like that. I'm not angry.
I'm not angry either. I'm chilling. My middle ground, I guess, would be I don't think minors should have any access whatsoever to gender affirming care, and I put quotations around it because this is new shit. Like it hasn't existed that long, and it's just like kind of weird.
My middle ground statement is trans kids are not having surgeries. I'm sorry, they're just not. That's where I stand firmly.
I think they should be treated for mental illness.
Well,
Okay.
that's too low vibrational for me. So, like I,
don't
said,
think
I
it
don't get
is.
into that conversation.
Doesn't
Well,
seem.
then I think that reflects on your part
Yeah.
that Democrats are unwilling to have these
Well,
conversations.
Republicans just don't have the intellectual capacity to have conversations about trans people. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay.
It doesn't.
Hold on. First of all, that's absolutely fucking rude. You're telling him that he's stupid because of his beliefs. But if he said that to you, everyone would be up in arms, right? You would be offended. He won't be offended by the shit you're saying because he has more integrity. You don't have a backbone. Blossom, no backbone whatsoever. The people behind Blossom, a bunch of children. Just a bunch of pathetic, whiny baby children who want to see someone on their side be completely rude, obnoxious, and nasty towards someone they don't like, someone they don't agree with. And that's the party that I see the Democrats being now, is just a bunch of bullies and a bunch of assholes and a bunch of predatory people who are trying to fuck with kids. That's how they come across nowadays. That's why I'm voting all Republican across the board this time, because this is bullies. This is mean girl shit. This is toddler shit. And I'm done.
I thought I had something, found it, lost it, thought I found it again, lost it again.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sound respectfully, it doesn't sound like a middle ground.
Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I was like, okay, what's the middle ground? He's like, I just think we should leave children out of this. And Blossom goes, my middle ground is that you're a liar. You're not telling the truth. You're misinformation.
And you're stupid.
And you're ignorant. And
So, we
yeah,
know-
all of you are actually ignorant. Anyone
Yeah.
on your side is ignorant. Say that
Yeah,
when
just-
Donald Trump is apparently taking away your right to have your fake titties.
Yeah, and they're going to put us in camps.
Yeah, say that from
and
your
shit.
camp.
I'm just so
That's
sick of
non-existent.
You know, I got out of high school to get away from bullies and people who are just going to be an asshole just to be an asshole.
That's life,
Come
baby.
to find out that the party that I was associated with ended up being the exact same fucking people.
It's not just the party. That's life, baby. That's everyone in life. Everyone's a dick.
These people are way more of a dick.
You are what you eat, and they're a bunch of dicks.
And with that, we'd like to say thank you for
Wait,
joining
how
us.
much more time do we have?
No, that's it. Then they're going to talk back and forth with other people.
Oh.
Yeah, that's why.
Bye.
So have a good one. Like and subscribe. Make sure you comment below a pregnant man because I think that's f***ing funny.
What?
Join our memberships for early access to our videos and censored content and all that good
Oh,
stuff.
you mean the meme of a man that's pregnant? Like
Yeah.
the little, what do you call it? The Bitmoji type emoji. The emoji of a pregnant man.
Yeah, that's why I say comment a pregnant man.
Because you think it's funny.
I think it's funny. Thanks.